clerk please call the roll?
Freeholder Amoroso.
Here.
Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Here.
Freeholder Tonelli.
Here.
Freeholder Voss.
Here.
Freeholder Zer.
Here.
And Chairman Sullivan.
Here, evidence of a quorum is present. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please read the minutes to be accepted?
Minutes to be accepted, January 3rd, reorganization work session, all present. January 3rd, reorganization public session, all present. January 10th, work session, all present. January 17th, work session, freeholders are absent. January 7th.
We're not done yet, Dave.
Okay.
January
I'll
7th.
call for that. Thank you.
January 17th, public session, freeholders are absent. January 24th, work session, all present. January 31st, work session, all present.
May I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Move the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimously approved. May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tonelli, seconded by Zor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimously approved. We will now have the hearing of the general public with a 3-minute time limit in effect in accordance with the Bergen County Freeholder bylaws. The board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker expires, the board attorney will announce the time has expired. Please fill out the slip of paper with your name, address, and general topic you wish to speak about. Okay, we have a few speakers tonight. Lillian Lewis.
Good evening, Lillian Lewis, Teaneck. I'm the co-chair of the Teaneck Road Business Community Alliance. I was here before you on December 6, 2017, regarding Teaneck Road and Tryon Avenue, requesting the always stop. That's right on the corner where we have the Bryant Elementary School, where the preschoolers are and the kindergarten classes and the first grade classes attend. And the reason for the four-way stop, or the always stop, is so that we have safe pedestrian crossing. This would eliminate fatalities if there's an always stop. I went before Teaneck Council twice. The town engineer, for Farah Jelani, I believe her name is, she told me that she sent a letter to you. The manager, town manager, Manager Broughton, William Broughton, he also told me he sent a letter to you. Both said they received no response from you regarding the always stop. Now, right now you have the signage there from 7:30 to 4 p.m., no turn, no right turn when you're going east and west. And you do have the turning signal. So once the north-south red light signal comes on, automatically that signal, turning signal comes on. I'm requesting a delay on the turning signal. If you give us a 17-second delay on that turning signal so you have an always stop, that would be safe crossing for the pedestrians. Now, I know you'd have to recalibrate the timing. I think it would be a minimum charge for that. I don't think it would be a very extensive amount of money you have to use to do this. And we're talking about lives of young children, especially young children, and the elderly. Many of the grandparents are taking the kids to school and picking them up. And these are the two populations that's mostly neglected. The children under 5 and the seasoned senior citizens, 75 plus. And by having an always stop, this would eliminate fatalities completely, because there'll be no movement of traffic. And my question to you is, where are we now? I went to council, they sent you letters, you didn't respond. So what's the status of this? Where are you? What are you going to do?
I'm going to defer to our administrator, and he'll explain the process and how it works and whatnot, because
Okay.
I wasn't aware of this, so we'll wait.
Okay.
Ms. Lewis, did you see the letters that went from Teaneck to the county?
I didn't see the letters, but I spoke with the town engineer. She told me that she sent a letter. I spoke with the manager, town manager. He told me he also sent a letter. both told me they didn't get any response from you.
Did they tell you what the content of the letter was? Because the process works that it's the local municipality that basically plans the work, and they just get sign off from the county if it involves a county road. But it's basically a process that's driven by the municipality. Now, I'm following up now
Okay.
with
I
our
also-
engineering, planning and engineering department to find out what the contents of the letter is and what the status
Okay.
was.
All right. Also, I sent an email to the two deputy mayors, Deputy Mayor Ellie Katz and Deputy Mayor Henry Pruitt.
3 minutes, Ms. Lewis.
Okay.
So we'll look into it, and like
Okay.
the administrator said, there's a process. TNEC has to do their process, and we'll follow up on our end,
Okay, thank you.
okay?
And Ms. Lewis, you could follow up that all the email addresses here are first initial, last name. So you could follow up with an email to me, and I can let you know the status that I get from planning and engineering.
All right. And you,
J. Niels.
thank you.
Thank you. Jared, could you write down Julian's email for her? Thank you. John Fesson?
Good evening. My name is John Feason, and my address is 20 Falcon Court in Mawa. F as in Frank, E-S-E-N. 20 Falcon, F-A-L. Court in Mawa. I would like to talk to you tonight about the gun range and the water well at the Police and Fire Academy in Mawa, which are subjects that you probably already know a lot about. I live very close to the academy, have done so for the last 37 years. Let's talk about the gun range first. I know that activity at the gun range has been suspended until the whole I believe that the gun range will be renovated in the near future. Once the range has been renovated and is back to being fully operational, my question is, what will the noise level be coming from that range? Will the noise level be higher, lower, or at the same decibel level as it was before the current suspension was put in place? Very importantly, did either the county or the town take any decibel level measurements of the noise level in the past? Do we have any benchmark data that we can use to compare the before and after so we can judge if the noise level has been increased or it has been decreased? If we have no noise level, does that mean we have to live with whatever happens? I consider this a very real and major problem. Should the residents who live within a 3-mile radius of the gun range be alerted to this potential problem? By the way, the sounds emitting from the range travel over the golf course's very open fairways to many homes in Ramsey. Should those residents also be alerted to this potential problem? I would prefer that a target be set that the new range produced 50% lower decibels than what was recorded in the past. At a very recent Malwa Council meeting, it was discussed that other opportunities regarding the issue of the gun range should be explored. For example, can the range be moved to another location, away from a very developed residential area? Can it be moved to a location near the Meadowlands or a similar place? What about an enclosed gun range rather than an open-air gun range? Secondly, the water well. At a Mawa Council meeting, it was mentioned that there is a well either on the property of the academy or very close to the property. I believe it was said that this well is used to provide water for 2 places, to water the grass on the county golf course and to provide water for the snowmaking machines on the county ski area. My question is, if the water that is coming from a well has been contaminated by the dirt from the gun range, is contaminated water being sprayed on the grass and on the snow slopes? Has anyone done any soil testing on the golf course or on the ski slopes? If so, can that information be made available to the public?
Okay, thank you. I will tell you that we had a presentation about the gun range, and there will be no increase in noise from when it is reopened. And I believe the decibels, if I'm not mistaken, were 0.2, so they're not going to increase. There will definitely not be any increased noise level coming from the range.
Do you have data on what the range noise was in the past?
Yeah, the same as it is going to be now. They have decibels, they have readings, and we were given a presentation of what it was and what it's gonna be, and it's not gonna change. As far as the water goes and the contamination, I have to refer to council on that, for legal purposes.
There was actually a test that was done on the well water there at the time, which did not test positive for contaminated lead, any elevated lead levels that were registered
And
there.
this was the well that's used to
Right.
water and the slopes.
That's right. And that water is not used for any drinking purposes. It doesn't serve the building there, and it doesn't serve any of the residents or anything else, so it doesn't
So I
serve
can
any
sleep
water
very
supply.
assured tonight.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I've been up all night. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. Mr. Dunsey, Joseph Dunsey.
Good evening. Today I'd like to talk about the Bergen County Wellness Center. And because of the 3-minute time limit, it's actually going to take a few meetings to tell you about the entire situation. So I'll briefly introduce the problem. When Judy got moved from the regional office in Clifton to the program in Jersey City, she was no longer looking over the programs in Bergen County. And there were a lot of hateful things that she put a stop to when she was in charge, but now, as Christie's managing the center, she doesn't really tackle the problem. There was an employee named Paula who was from the center in Englewood, and when they merged, she worked at the Wellness Center in Hackensack. And she took a firm stance against the hate, but the company that runs the Wellness Center decided to fire her. So I protested the firing, and I'll start by playing a clip so that it was some friendly advice another member gave me, and I think you should hear it so you understand that even complaining about the wellness center is kind of risky.
Mr. Dunsey, it's very inaudible. We can't hear you.
You got a huge backlash 2 days ago. And as it is, you don't have that many friends. So it's your call, dude. I think you, honestly, if I would think, you obviously don't listen to no one. But this is why you get yourself fucked up all the time. People beat on you, people harass you, and this and that. It's fine. You have the right to it. I'm not knocking you for that, right? Whatever your point of view, I'm just saying you're hurting the center. If you were at the
Can I
center,
ask you
I'm
what
gonna
this,
come after
what
you.
this
That's all
recording
I'm
is?
talking. You have no friends now.
Good reason to stop it before making threats.
No one's making a threat to you. I'm saying people don't like you now. So imagine what you're doing to her. See, it's one thing.
What do you mean by come after me?
Well, because think about it, right? By you doing this, you're affecting the center.
Okay, but you said people would come after me.
Because they hold you responsible for the center closing.
What do you mean by come after me?
Like, just ask you, like, why are you doing this? Not like physical. No one's going to physically threaten you. I'm not stupid.
I think the sign is pretty self-explanatory.
So basically, while I was standing outside the center with a sign that said the company made a mistake, they should fire Christie and rehire Paula, other members approached me and gave their opinion. And that was a member who, normally he and I get along, and if there was time, I would, play many more minutes to show that most of the conversation was friendly. But he gave that friendly advice, telling me, I get harassed and beat up on because I'm open. And, he told me that if I go after the center, people will go after me. And I don't have many friends as it is, so that's what he said, and I'll get even worse.
3 minutes, Mr. Dunsey.
So I'll have to tell you more at another meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Dunsey.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else wishing to speak? May I have a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Will the clerk please read the resolutions on the consent agenda?
Resolutions of consent 70-18 through 119-18.
May I have a motion to accept the resolutions on the consent agenda as read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call?
Freeholder Amoroso?
Yes.
Freeholder Gantz?
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ortiz?
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli?
Yes.
Freeholder Voss?
Yes.
Freeholder Zur?
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan?
Yes.
7 yes, all resolutions have passed.
Okay. Are there any resolutions of non-consent pulled, postponed, or tabled? If so, will the clerk please read?
There are none.
We'll now have Freeholder Committee reports. We ask that you not take too long. So, Freeholder Gans,
I'll pass for tonight, thank you.
Freeholder Tinelli,
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to point everyone's attention to one of the resolutions that we passed tonight, Resolution 90-18. It's the open space tax we're setting again this year at a full penny. It's a commitment that every member on this board has made over the past, was to honor the wishes of the Bergen County residents that unanimously or almost unanimously passed a referendum to increase the open space. We all made commitments through the political process that we are supporting it. We finally raised it last year, and I'm very happy that we're unanimously voted to, again, establish that same rate this year. We're very passionate about our open space, maintaining open space, upgrading areas that need to be upgraded, and this is all part of the plan to enhance the lives of every Bergen County resident. That'll complete my report tonight. Thank you, Chairman.
thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Zor?
Thank you, Chairman. As you heard from the minutes that were read, I was not here at last week's meeting because I was at the National Association of Counties Conference on the intersection of health and criminal justice. This was an opportunity for people from throughout the country to come together and talk about the policies that they're doing in their county to combat everything from the heroin addiction to mental health issues to issues regarding incarceration and the impacts on the community. And it was an amazing opportunity to really learn from each other, right, so that we don't have to recreate the wheel. But it was also really empowering to see that we are very ahead of the curve here in Bergen County, and we are continuing to innovate on all of these issues for the better wellness and the better administration of criminal justice and law and public safety here in Bergen County. This past week, we had the Project Homeless Connect, which is one of the things that I know all of us on this board are so proud of, is our efforts not only to end veterans homelessness, but to end chronic homelessness. And this year, we once again had Project Homeless Connect, which is a point-in-time survey counting those who are homeless in our community and providing the services that they need. We had 181 individuals who received meals and information and referral services, 167 guests who received gift bags, over hundreds of donors and 150 volunteers, and identified 19 unsheltered individuals who we are going to now provide for services for and find housing for. This was, an amazing day where we had such an outpouring of support from our community. We also had this week, we had an amazing announcement regarding Newbridge Medical Center, where we're now going to be able to provide services to our veterans and provide them the health care so that they don't have to hike all the way down to Lyons to get the services that they need. We have veterans who are desperately in need of greater care, and to be able to provide those services here in Bergen County is exactly what we hope for the new future for Newbridge Medical Center. As you can see, a lot of us are wearing red on this board. Part of this is because we were this morning at the Bleshman Jump-a-thon. This is where our students who are at Bleshman are engaged in raising money for heart health. And we heart health is the biggest killer of women. One woman every 80 seconds dies from heart conditions, and it kills more women than all cancers. And so this is our way of saying, we support and encourage all women to take care of their wellness checks and make sure they get the health care that they need. And that's my report.
Thank you. Dr. Voss?
Thank you, Chairman. The Jump-a-thon is a wonderful thing, and I've been there every single year, and unfortunately this morning I couldn't make it, but the kids at Bleshman, even with their handicaps, are just wonderful, wonderful human beings. One of the things that I'm very proud of is our Bergen Community College, and every year they have Give Kids a Smile, and all of the people who are dental technicians and many dentists volunteer so that children who can't afford regular dental checkups can get checkups free of charge, and it's just a wonderful program, and I'm very, very proud of Bergen Community, because one of the things we need to do is to have courses so that the young people can be prepared for professions once they graduate. I have to echo what Freeholders said about Newbridge. The Veterans Home is directly across the street from the new Newbridge Hospital, and this is going to be such a wonderful thing for families that have members who have difficulty traveling or who are in the Veterans Home. And of course, tomorrow at 5:30, we will be observing Black History Month here, and we should have a wonderful program, so I hope many people will attend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Ortiz?
Thank you. I just wanted to discuss Resolution 7718. It's authorizing to reappoint Joseph Femia for a 5-year term. Mr. Femia has done an excellent job managing all aspects of the County Engineering Division for the past 10 years, and we look forward working with him in the future. I also attended the Human Services Advisory Council meeting. They brought in OEM to discuss Code Blue, which is when, basically when all law enforcement goes out and makes sure that when it's 32 degrees or less, which usually starts in December, they bring all the home and they're sheltered in Hackensack. And they went into all details, and Julie Orlando attended, who's the director of the homeless shelter, and she discussed how they were pretty full. I mean, they did a good job on handling all the homeless at the time. And she also discussed that we need to have some sort of outreach more for homeless youth, which is what she's really working on currently right now. At the advisory committee, we were happy to announce that there are now 67 towns that are stigma-free in Bergen County. So that was very exciting. Also, that the Children's Health Insurance Program, known as CHIP, was approved for another 6 years. And I also wanted to announce Autism Day at the Zoo is on April 29th. And also discussing Bergen Community College is having their 50th anniversary gala, which will take place on April 19th. So if anybody needs tickets, it'd be a great event to attend to. And a little quick shout out to a gentleman that Freeholder Amoroso and I were able to give accommodation to last week. He turned 95. He just retired from River Edge being a crossing guard for the past 20 years. God bless his soul, he was so cute. But besides that, he was a crossing guard for 20 years, and everybody loves him dearly in River Edge. He was born in Italy, moved to U.S. as a youngster, became a citizen, and entered the Army, where he served from 1941 to 1945, achieved the rank of corp. He was present at the Battle of Normandy and the Battle of the Bulge. His older brother, also a vet, who died in World War II, Joe, is a lifelong member of the VFW and has served for commander of the VFW Post 876 for the past 40 years. So he's truly an American hero. So that concludes my report.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Amoroso?
Near the end of January, the county-funded work on the Route 202 road bridge culvert near Ramapo College in Mahwah was finally completed, thank God. The county executive, Mahwah's mayor and council, and I. It was a mess for so long, months and months. And we got it done finally. We were there to celebrate the reopening of the road that had caused such long detours in Mahwah. Everybody was excited. Everybody was talking about it. When I got my hair done, there were people talking on opposite ends of the room about how wonderful it was. And it reminded me about government's basic responsibility to keep our roads safe and functional. On January 25th, we celebrated the work anniversaries of about 150 hardworking Bergen County employees. On the 26th, we attended the winter gala of our Bergen County Union members, Local 755, which honored Senator Loretta Weinberg that night. On January 28th, a number of us worked the phones for the Jewish Federation of North Jersey to raise funds for their many philanthropies. I can report that Freeholder Steve Tonelli displayed an uncanny ability for telemarketing. It's true, he raised so much money. On January 30th, we attended the ribbon-cutting ceremony for Valley Hospital's new Health and Wellness Center in Mahwah, which combines gym, pools, urgent care with medical monitoring by Valley. On February 2nd, we attended the opening of the reentry program in Hackensack. Reentry, led by former Governor Jim McGreevey, helps former inmates connect to employment and services. It greatly reduces recidivism rates. On Saturday, February 3rd, I attended the Lunar New Year celebration of the Hua Sha Chinese language school. I think I almost got the phrasing right. Shen Yen Kwai Lu supposedly means Happy New Year. They did clap, so they must have got much of the gist of
Invited
it.
him over for dinner.
There's really no one here to correct us. So just go.
There we go. And along with Freeholders and Freeholderees, I attended the Jumpathon at the Norman Bleshman School in Paramus for the American Heart Association. I must say, Freeholder Tracy Zur displayed an uncanny aptitude for the jump rope. That's it.
Learning through grade.
Thank you, Freeholder. So, obviously, going last, everyone takes most of your report, so that's fine. So just some things of note, it is Black History Month. We all attended the Lizette Parker ceremony at the Fiesta in honor of Black History Month. Bergen County will have its Black History Month event this Thursday at 5:30 here in the Freeholder Room. The National Council for Home Safety and Security recently released the 2018 list for the safest communities in U.S. and Bergen County had 4 towns ranked in the top 10. Rivervale, number 2, New Milford, number 4, Hillsdale, number 7, and my old stomping grounds of Bergenfield, number 9. I don't see North Arlington on there, Freeholder. So,
We're a little tired.
yeah. So early in the week, I attended the opening of the New Jersey Reentry Corporation that Freeholder Amoroso was talking about, their Hackensack office. The program assists those released from jail with becoming functioning members of society and has proven very effective with a 62% employment rate and a 19% recidivist rate. So congratulations to former Governor Jim McGreevey for all his hard work as the head of the program. I am also happy, like some of my colleagues who have attended multiple ribbon cutting ceremonies for both small and large businesses. And I believe this is a sign of an improved economy here in Bergen County and its stability for local businesses. Freeholder Tinelli mentioned the open space. It's something that we all are in favor of and we all applaud. In Bergen County, it's hard to find open space, but we're doing everything we can to do that. On our agenda tonight, there were 7 resolutions of grant awards to the County of Bergen. We continue to find ways to save the taxpayer money, whether it's through shared services or grants, and we're gonna continue to do that in the future. As was mentioned here before, the Bergen Regional Medical Center had the expanded programs for veterans. We've all talked about it. It is, like I said at the press conference, we could say whatever we want, we could do whatever we want, it's the right thing to do. And it's something that we as a board, and everyone up here has actually, when they've run for office, has said we're gonna keep Bergen Regional Medical Center because it's the right thing to do. And we did it, promises were made and promises were kept on that. County Executive, I almost made you a County Executive. County Executive Tedesco was the one out in front, and we've all agreed and we've all campaigned on it while other people haven't. These are things that need to be done for our veterans, these are things that need to be done for our community in Bergen County, and we continue to do them, we promise them, and we'll do them. And on a note, to swing into that, my uncle recently passed away, 94 years old, a veteran of World War II, he was at Iwo Jima, and programs like this really, really hit home for me. It was a shame to lose him, but at 94, I think I'll sign that contract tomorrow. But what a wonderful gentleman, a very humble man, and Jim Mulligan, I want to say thank you for your service. I want to congratulate Joe Femia, as was mentioned before, and the last thing I will say, and if I don't say this, I can't go home tonight, it is my wife's birthday this evening, so she allowed me to come to the meeting and celebrate with all of you for her birthday. So if she's watching, happy birthday, Jody.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna get to that, 1 second.
We thought you were.
So Steve Tinelli thought I was gonna forget something, but that's why never mind. And that concludes all the committee reports. Before we close, I wanna thank our camera operators, Marietta Cordello and Carolina Gonzalez, juniors at Bergen County Technical High School, Applied Technology High School program at Bergen Community College. Thank you very much. I didn't leave anything out, did I, Steve? Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything anymore.
There being nothing further to come before this meeting, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned at 8:04.